Hey everyone, I'm back and I'm here to show you how to prep and apply nail tips for acrylic or gel nails. So first I am going to take my file and with the 180 side, which is the softer or less coarse side, I'm going to shape my nails. You want them as short as you can when you're applying nail tips. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and push back the cuticles. I'm going to use this cuticle remover that I have. A friend of mine gave it to me. I'm not sure where she got it, but it works really, really good. So with my cuticle pusher, I'm just going to push them back and kind of scrape around the sides. Okay, so I have sped up the video just a little bit, so if it looks like I'm being rough, I'm not. I'm just being as gentle as I can. You don't want to hurt yourself or your client. So with the smaller end, I get way in there and I get anything left behind. This is the main and most important part of doing your nails. If you do not properly prep your nails before applying them, even gel polish, you will have lifting and chipping. So it's very important to take your time and do a good job prepping your nails. So now I'm going to take my cuticle nippers and I'm just going to nip any extra or dry skin. As you can see, I don't take too much off. And you want to be really careful when you're doing this because you can hurt yourself or your client. So I'm just taking off a little bit of the extra just to kind of clean up around the cuticle area. Sometimes I do not do that step. You don't have to if you are not comfortable doing it on yourself. But then you just go ahead and repeat to all the nails. Now after I've done all 10 nails, I'm going to take the less coarse side again and I'm just going to buff the shine off my nails. Again, if it looks like I'm doing it rough, I'm not. I just sped the video up and I'm just lightly passing over my nail and I'm just trying to get around the cuticle area any dead skin or cuticle that I missed. And I just do that to, again, all 10 nails. You don't have to take off any layers of the nail. You don't have to file it so much. But because I still had a little bit of the gel polish from my previous set, I went ahead and I buffed it a little more than I normally would have. Okay, so now I finished all 10 nails. I'm going to size my nail tips. And as you can see, that the well of the nail tip, it goes probably to half my nail, which I will show you how to fix that. You want to make sure it goes from sidewall to sidewall. It's always best to pick a nail tip that's a little bit bigger than a nail tip that's a little too small. So if you have to, just file down the sides like I am. And I just barely had to file at all, just a little tiny bit, just so it wasn't poking at my skin when I applied it. You want to make sure you have no dust because that will cause the glue to lift. So you want to go ahead and size all your nail tips and have them placed in order that you're going to use them. That makes it the easiest. So now I'm going to show you a tip that I learned from Nuni Torres, I believe, on Instagram. This is just going to leave less of the nail tip on your natural nail. That way instead of it being more tip, there's going to be more gel. The gel adheres to your nail a lot better than just the glue and the tip does. So the less nail tip, the better. And since that side of my thumb right there, as you can see, it's a little bit shorter than the other side, I have to place the nail tip up more. And doing so causes the nail tip to look funny, as you can see. So just trimming it a little will definitely help you apply the nail tip, but still leave room for enough gel or acrylic to be on your nail. That way you won't have a lot of lifting from the bottom. So I will leave Nooney's Instagram down below. If you guys don't know him, you want to check him out. He is amazing. And there you go. You can see how I glued it, and it works perfectly. The reason why my nails are a little uneven is because a while back I did some extreme stiletto nails, and I was filing them, and without even thinking I completely overfiled trying to get them very narrow, and it totally jacked up my nails. So they are uneven, and I'm glad I saw this technique because now I know how to do it and not have so much nail tip on the nail. Sorry if I'm not making any sense. Okay, so I showed you on a few different sizes. I didn't do all the nail tips like that because only a few of them needed it. And so I just left some of them how they were. So after I sized and made sure all the nail tips fit, I'm going to go ahead and glue them on. I really like this glue. It's a speed glue, so it dries right away. If you're more comfortable with a slow drying glue, then use that. That way if you place it crooked, you have time to fix it. This one, it's like once you place it, it's stuck, basically. So it doesn't give you any lenience if you place the tip on crooked. So for a beginner, I would suggest using a slow drying nail glue. I have no like special technique when it comes to placing the nail. I honestly have gotten a few times the nail on there crooked, and honestly, if it's like really horribly crooked, I will remove the tip and start over and like redo it. But if it's not too bad, I honestly just leave it. It doesn't bother me. It might bother other people, so if you're one that it'll bother, just go ahead and remove the tip and then try again. But yeah, I just aim for as straight as I can get it. So I like to apply one hand and then clip them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let the glue dry for a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with my nail clippers. Oh, just kidding. This time I did both hands. I usually don't because the nails get in the way. I was in a rush this day. So I wanted to do them pretty short. I end up going even shorter than this because the reason I haven't been on YouTube, I have been having so much back problems and I'm not able to sit for very long and do my nails. So the shorter the nail, the faster the application process is with the gel. So I just went really short this time. I really miss my long nails though. And I, again, don't have any special way I do this. I just eyeball it and just try to see them the same length. I will go back in again with the file, and that's when I will measure each nail and make sure like they're all even. but I don't worry about it too much with this step. I actually leave them a little bit longer than I want because you will have to file the square shape. So it will end up being shorter. So just keep that in mind. Do them a little bit longer than what you want. That way when you file the free edge and make it nice and square, you're not getting too short. So now with the more coarse side, I am going to just shape the nails a little bit. And I'm also going to blend the nail tip into the natural nail. So I first start off with the sides and I make sure that they're good. I somewhat shape it, but again, I don't worry too much about it. And now I'm going to blend the nail tip in. So I'm just going to file the sides and I'm really going to thin out this part that's touching the natural nail. I want it to be as smooth as I can. That'll leave a very nice application, and if you were doing like pink and whites, it'll blend them in very nicely. So I just go ahead and I file until like I touch it and I don't feel a bump. So it does take a little. Again, you do want to take your time on this. It does make a difference. You could always skip this step, but I just choose not to. And after that, I just continue to do it on all 10 nails. As you can see, I try to thin it out as much as possible. And now I'm going to go ahead and clean off the nail. Now, after cleaning them, they will be ready for primer and application. Stay tuned for part 2, and I will show you detailed step by step how I apply my gel to my nail tips. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.